And so just buckle up. You know, the day of the 20-minute sermon and the 60-minute service, I think, needs to go. Amen? And we need to come to church, and we need to worship the one who died on an old rugged cross for you and me. With that in mind, may I say worship must be a priority. Worship must be valued because worship will connect us to Christ and will equip us for ministry. Today, on this 65th church anniversary celebration, we can reflect upon the past. We can rehearse the present. And there is a lot to reflect upon and rehearse. Our accomplishments for Christ's sake are very notable. However, tomorrow there's much to do and much to accomplish. People are still dying without Jesus Christ. The church still has commands to obey. The mission, our mission, is the same. So my encouragement to you today is to continue to make worship your priority, to continue to make worship your value, to continue to make worship your discipline, to continue to make worship your experience. Engage true worship of Jesus Christ. Because when we do, personal and corporate mission will always follow a transformational worship experience with God. It happened to Saul of Tarsus on the Damascus Road. He saw and experienced God, and then he asked, "What do you want me to do?" It happened to my father as a little boy when he walked that sawdust trail in Wichita, Kansas, when Art Wilson was preaching, and he received Jesus Christ as his personal Savior. It happened to me when I was 7 years of age. I got saved. And it happened to me again when I was 16. I became a Christian or a Christ follower and started acting like Christ. And it happened again at 17 when I became a disciple of Christ and began following him. And it was all after a worship experience. Not only that, it has happened to many of you. Please listen.
My name is David Fox. I'd just like to thank the Baptist Temple for all that you all have invested in my life and been a part of the ministry that God's given me. And thank you for teaching me in Bible college. Come up here in 1988 and went through Bible college, and God used that greatly in my life. And then you gave me an opportunity to serve here in the church as I taught in the junior high department for several years. And then when God called me to Haiti, you all were there with me to stand by me and send me to Haiti and support and pray for us. And now 19 years later, God has continued to bless. And we thank you for all the time you've put and the money and prayers, everything you've invested in the work that God's doing there in the country of Haiti. May God bless you.
Okay, I've been going to IBT for 5 years. The end of 2009 going into 2010, God's just worked in mysterious ways in my life. Through the church, I've met lots of people, good people, and people like Scott and Dustin put me on their wing and just took me in. And through this church, I've met people and made connections with people, and now that I'm grown with them, and now I'm at a Christian school, I never thought that I'd be going to a Christian school, but you know, through God, all things are possible, and He just opened doors for you, and He just worked in mysterious ways. I definitely feel like this church is a big blessing to my family and me, and it just keep me going to be the spark for my family, and to try to keep going to church even when my family's not. Just try to, make that appearance and just be here and let God do His works, because I know that He's all powerful and He's almighty, and Pastor and his family and just the church in general is just awesome, and it's no place I'd rather be than here at IBT. I love it, and everyone's great, and I plan to become a youth pastor, and one day maybe I lead the youth group here at IBT.
Hi, my name is Brenda.
We're having technical difficulties, so we will continue on. The point is, many of you could give many wonderful testimonies of what Christ has done in your life. I wish you could have heard the testimony of Jack Smith, and once we get this working, we'll show it again maybe a little bit later. And the Bertlings and others that gave testimony today. We're just so thankful that the Lord Jesus Christ has also changed your life. I also want you to know that it happened to the prophet Isaiah in the book of Isaiah chapter 6. It says in verse number 1, "In the year of the king Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphim. Each one had 6 wings. With twain he covered his face, and with twain or 2 he covered his feet, and with 2 he did fly. And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. And the post of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then said I, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Then flew one of the seraphim unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar. And he laid it upon my mouth, and said, Lo, this hath touched my lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send? And who will go with us or for us? Then said I, Here am I, send me. You see, Isaiah was depressed with his life. The people he was called to and ministered to was failing on every level, socially, morally, and spiritually. So Isaiah entered God's presence with grief and disappointment. But God made an appearance that would prove to revive the prophet for future effectiveness. Listen, when Isaiah saw the vision of God, it reminded him of God's authority and ability. Arriving depressed, he left transformed, because only God can change our circumstances. Here's the truth today. No matter our circumstances, worship is always a positive experience. God accomplishes the unusual and the unexplainable in worship. And like Isaiah, when we worship and experience God, we can see his holiness, and we can see our hellishness, and we can see others' helplessness. And we can say, Here am I, Lord, send me. We have done this for 65 years. And by God's grace, we need to do it for another 65 years. Because mission always follows worship. When we are drawn in before God's presence, we experience his power and are transformed by his grace. Worship serves to connect us with Christ and equip us for ministry. Worship allows us to experience God on a much deeper level. And as Isaiah, true and real worship will transform the worshiper, and transformed worshipers will change the world. But not only that, because of worship, we become, as Isaiah, the sent ones. This morning, as we celebrate the future, as we contemplate what God wants us to do and where he wants us to go and what he wants us to do, as we continue to focus on church planning, and as we continue to focus on inner city evangelism, as we continue to focus on foreign missions, as we continue to focus as a church on discipleship here at home, let us first focus on the way our worship should look. May I say, our worship should look reverent. Today we hear a lot about relevant. But God wants us to be reverent. The Bible says in the book of Matthew chapter 18 and verse number 20, where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, there am I in the midst of them. You see, we are to reverently worship the God who is already here. We're to bow down. We're to pay reverence and honor to him. The Bible says in Colossians chapter 1 and verse number 18, and he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence. That he might have the preeminence. You see, true worship is not about relevance or style, but about reverent focus on Jesus Christ. We are here to focus on him as the preeminent one. May I say, true worship not only should look reverent, but true worship should look purposeful. To be truthful, I can't make everyone happy. That's really not my job or really the purpose of worship. But true worship is for people to become holy, and true worship is for people to discover and glorify him. You see, we don't come to church to debate and fight and argue and find fault. We come for the purpose of worshiping Jesus Christ in spirit and in truth. When Jesus was talking to the Samaritan woman, he said this in John chapter 4, beginning with verse number 23. He said, "But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him." And he goes on and he says, "God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth." May I say, our worship not only should look reverent and purposeful, but our worship should look pleasing. I like Colossians chapter 3 and verse number 12. It says, "Put on therefore as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. And above all these things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord." And then he says in verse 17, "And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and the Father by him." You see, true and pleasing worship is about holiness. True and pleasing worship is about mercy and kindness and right thinking. True and pleasing worship is about putting up with each other and forgiveness and unity and thankfulness. True and pleasing worship is about teaching and preaching and singing. It's about everything. It's about service. But more importantly, it's about Jesus Christ. It's about the name of Jesus. May I talk to you about Jesus before we close here today? I want you to know that Jesus is the preeminent one. I want you to know that Jesus is who we worship and what worship is all about. Jesus is wisdom, and Jesus is the head of the body, the local church. Jesus is the focal point, because worship of him is about the presence of God. It's about spiritual discipline. It's about transformation. It is about mission. This last week, I had the privilege, my wife and I, to go to Wyoming. We flew into Casper, which is about 30,000 people. We drove 2 hours to Riverton, past Hell's Half Acre, of a place of about 10,000 people. And then we drove on another 15 minutes to a place called Shoshone, Wyoming, where the church was, a little log cabin. And there, last Saturday, we ordained Pastor C.J. Vandermeulen, who we sent out of our church a few years ago. And we sent him out. And I told you last 2 weeks ago that when we were going, that we were going to ordain him, and he went out to start a cowboy church, which is a Saturday night service, because the cowboys, they work on Sunday, and so they have a Saturday night service. That's a cowboy church, and he planted that church for us, and we helped him plant that a number of years ago. I didn't realize until I got there that he wasn't at the cowboy church any longer. And God led him to turn that over to another pastor, and the church is still going. And he went up the road a little while in Shoshone, and he started a second church. And I want you to know that when I stood before you 15 years ago and said, let's start 10 churches. And then I came back the next week and I said, let's start 20 churches. And then I said, no, I think we need to start 25 churches. I'm glad to stand here with you today and say, after 15 years, now we have started 26 churches all throughout this world. And the reason that it has happened, and the reason we have been on a mission for God, is because we come here week after week, Sunday after Sunday, for 65 years, and we worship the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the preeminent one who is Jesus Christ. And as a result, we say, send me, and we go, and others go, and churches are planted, and souls are saved, and mission work takes place. But it all begins because we came and we worshiped. It was true in Isaiah's life. It will be true in this life. It will be true in this church's life. It will be true in your life and my life. And when we worship him and we see him high and lifted up, we will get on mission, on the mission for God that he wants us to complete for him. So on the 65th anniversary, may I leave you with these words. Let us come and worship. Let us go and serve. Let us come and worship. Let us go and serve. Every Sunday morning, let us come and worship. Let us go and serve. And all the people said, let's stand for prayer.